Okay, so I'm in Providence right now, and I've been in Swansea, Massachusetts, living with my parents since the very beginning of when social distancing began. Um, I came back to a city that was on fire because of the riots that went down last night, I believe. Um, but the story of how I got here is a very interesting one. Um, so, Um, I was going to take a bus from Somerset, Massachusetts, which is where Swansea is, to Kennedy Plaza in Rhode Island. But, and to get to that, it was like an hour walk from my house, so I just took an Uber to where the bus would be. And I did not get dropped off at where I was supposed to be because, and I don't fault the Uber driver for this. He dropped me off where he thought it was, but his GPS was like really malfunctioning, so I got dropped off at the wrong location. Of course, understandably, since I just dropped $10 on a ride that left me a 50-minute walk away from where I needed to be, and I missed the bus, which didn't come again until like 4 p.m. I got really mad. I ended up punching a sign, and then I was able. This is the phone I used to call the Lyft. This is mainly used for this YouTube channel to record videos like the one you're watching. And the problem with it is that it's got no SIM card, so no data aside from direct Wi-Fi, which was a problem. I ended up like using the Wi-Fi of some bank to call a Lyft. Now, the Lyft that came, it was a cool dude who picked me up, but I sat in his car, and immediately it smelled like weed, which we're in a restaurant, someone just looked at me. um, I was thinking about pointing it out, but like I didn't want to, like I don't care. So I did care. Like as soon as he pulled out, because he picked me up in a parking lot. As soon as he pulled out, he's like, "Damn, I'm getting pulled over." And then, so a cop like walks up to the car, and I'm like, it's always something. First, the Uber driver, when he came to the house in Swansea, like couldn't figure out quite where it was. So like that made me 10 minutes late. Then he took me to the wrong place. Then I couldn't get the Wi-Fi. And now the Lyft driver, who was going to drive me directly to Kennedy Plaza, gets pulled over. But then I was surprised because the cop, he asked for my ID too, so I gave it to him. The cop literally just said like, "Okay, you ran a stop sign." When he said that, I was like, he's like, "You ran a stop sign, like don't do it again." He didn't even say don't do it again. He just said you ran a stop sign, no warning or anything. So, like as the cop was like checking up on both of our IDs, I'm like, "Do you have weed?" And he's like, "No, I don't even smoke weed." So I guess it was something else that produced a very similar smell. But like, regardless, with the cop gives us no warning, and I'm like, that was lucky. This must be like the first time this guy's ever been pulled over. Now, I'm not going to say any personal details about him, but he did say I could tell this story, even though it has a bit of personal information. So yeah, anyway, he's like, you know why you didn't so much as give me a warning? And I was like, oh yeah, why? And he's like, he said something about like, well, have you heard about me before? And I was like, oh, is this like, am I on Jimmy Kimmel or something? And because I've seen that done before, like Jimmy Kimmel drove Uber around, and he was like, no. So then he takes his phone, because like if you've never been in an Uber or a Lyft, they usually have like their phone with the app open like right on their dashboard. So he takes his phone out and like with one hand like opens Facebook, opens an anonymous page, the hacker group Anonymous. If you don't know, they're sort of a vigilante hacker group. So if they consider someone being unjust, they will hack them and expose them in different ways. So yeah, he opens a Facebook page for Anonymous, the hacker group, and he's like, "Have you heard of Anonymous?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I know about them. They even hacked the Minneapolis police station, I believe, in light of the riots." And he's like, "Well, I'm one of the 7 founding members of Anonymous, the famous vigilante hacker group," and no, because like he said the reason the cop didn't stop him or like give him a warning or anything was because he's also part of the Department of Homeland Security, and he's got level 3 clearance, which is way more than the cop has. Meaning he has clearance to enter the White House if he wants. So he's driving me, and as he's telling me all this, he stops for a second. He's like, "Damn, there's an FBI agent tailing me." I did not dare to turn around. So, yeah, I mean, we got each other's contact and stuff. So I guess I made a new friend with one of the founding members of Anonymous. He should invite me to that. The evidence of him being truthful was the fact with the stuff that happened with the cop. I didn't turn around to look at the FBI car, so I don't know if he was pulling my leg or not. I told him a bit about Thumo slang because he said something to the effect of, "I don't care if I die because my ideas will live on anyway." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's like," because I got in the car and I was telling him like how frustrated I was about the Uber and all, and I was like, "I'm headed to record some videos for this YouTube channel, RI4CTV," and he said, and I started telling him about it at first, but then like the cop pulled us over when I was in the midst of that. So then later I got into it. I was like, that's a lot like the concept of ideals, you know? Like, you're not a leader if people just follow you. You're an alpha male. If you're a leader, that means regardless of whether you're here or gone, people know what you want and they'll follow your ideals. And, yeah. So, I'm not going to hold him to this because it's a huge favor. I'm going to send him this, by the way. Could you, Nick, behind the camera, could you please put this video out soon? Thank you. Like, within the next few days, please. Yeah, so anyway, we exchanged contact info. He's probably one of the most interesting people I met recently. He told me a bit about his girlfriend. I told him a bit about mine. That's probably the most personal we got, aside from his history with the hacker group Anonymous. He said he learned how to code at 5 years old. And, yeah, then he dropped me off at Kennedy Plaza. And, I'll probably hang out with him soon. I mean, in all honesty, I hope that was a lie about him not smoking weed. Yeah. So, that's the story of my pilgrimage back to the state of Rhode Island. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it, guy who I met. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.